As you meditate and go within, if you remain true to yourself, steady, persistent, observant, and ready to explore, total subjectivity within us and the mechanism of our mind, you realize that world exists within our mind only because we let it exist. Whatever we see, touch, hear, smell, taste, we bring it inside our mind, and our mind becomes a collection of the outside images, the outside world. It happened only because we had a power of awareness. Things which we are not aware of do not have chance to get settled into our mind. We drive on the road from point A to point B. Only few houses or intersections we will remember. Lot of houses pass by, we don't remember. For us, they don't exist. So the world that is finally created within us, every single component of it, was because our awareness got attached to them, to these objects, people, situations. If we carefully go within, we will realize that the world that we had picked up, it still exists, and we are aware of it. Our awareness was fully responsible for collecting whatever is in our mind right now. So that means the world exists in our mind also because of our experiences with the world. And these experiences are nothing but thoughts in the mind. Every single thing about us becomes a thought, just like a binary language of the computers. You might see a beautiful software, beautiful tropical paradise picture on the screen of the computer. But ultimately it is nothing but combination of zeros and ones. Various combination of zeros and ones combines one picture, and another set of combination creates another picture. So every world, every single component of the world that is brought in within us has our stamp of approval. So naturally, for every single person, the world is different, because it's impossible that two people will come in contact with the same people, objects, situations. So as the people travel in different sections or segments of the world, they keep on accumulating the images of the world, but it is different from one person to the next. So as many people are, that many millions of worlds are, each being different. Even when we talk to each other about the common things that we see at the same time, also gets stored in our mind. Imagine if you were born on an island, and since the birth there is nobody to tell you about your birth. You wouldn't even know that you were born. If there was nobody to come and tell you about the time, you won't even know the time exists. You will see the sun rising and sun setting, but over the period of thousands of years, our minds have evolved, and we have been talking to each other, learning from the books in the schools, the colleges, universities. Millions of bytes of information has become etched in our minds. None of this will exist on the island where there may not be any schools and no other people to teach you anything. You will be walking around with a clean slate of mind. Just like a clueless animals who have no exposure to this knowledge or have a capacity to understand it, which is besides the point. So a lot of things exist in our mind only from observation that we have done outside. People told us that we were born, so we believed that. We did not actually witness our own birth. Because others die, we believe we also will die. We have never witnessed the death itself. So our whole life is a life of beliefs. All these beliefs have come from outside. So we are nothing but collection of beliefs. But we don't realize that there is something more than what we think we are. Our name was given to us from outside. It got etched into our minds and became a belief that yes, my name is such and such. Meditation gives you a chance to go within and find that awareness that was responsible for accepting everything that's coming within us and creating this world. We create our own world. All these findings of the meditation coincide now very well with the quantum physics that has found fascinating facts about the science that exists at a very, very deep level. And these are all things proven in the laboratory. As I was watching a show by Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the famous astrophysicists, the way quantum physics is explained as we go down deep within the structure of the whole universe, we come up with molecules which are made out of different atoms, subatomic particles, and even further down, there is quantas. Ultimately, the whole universe is made out of quantas. Quantas are packets of energy. So it's not a solid thing. It's nothing but energy. So the whole universe is nothing but energy. But this energy also exists in the form of packets and individualized packets of energy, which is called quantas. So these quantas, they remain as energy when we are not watching it. In the laboratory, the experiments have been conducted where it is observed that these quantas are not normally in the state of quantas, meaning the packets, but they are just like a cloud of energy. But as soon as the scientist observes that quanta, the quanta appears at that particular moment. So the quantas, which is a particulate nature, which we believe will be a solid thing that can be observed, measured, weighed, etc., will appear only when the observation is made. So normally quanta will be swirling around like a cloud of energy. And all of a sudden, one scientist decides to observe that cloud. Instantaneously, this cloud generates a particle, and that's what they call quanta. The whole universe is made out of these quantas. Trillions and trillions and trillions of quantas. So the solidity of the universe is created when it is observed. Same way in our mind, our awareness is responsible for creating the solidity of the universe. The existence of the universe is there only because we are aware of it. If we were in a coma, millions of people could pass by. We won't be able to accept them within our psyche because we were not aware of them. So awareness is the key. Same thing has been confirmed in the experiments in the laboratories. The quantas appear only because we are there to observe them. Now the same cloud of energy, if it is observed by two scientists at two different places, same quanta can appear simultaneously at both the places, because as an energy, it's widely distributed. It's all pervasive. So strange things are reported by the experiments in the quantum physics. Same quanta can appear simultaneously, exactly at the same time, at two places. Normally, we would not be able to explain that in the material world. These beautiful, strange facts are coming up in the quantum physics, which has ultimately helped the journey of meditators, because that's what they have also found within themselves. The whole world exists because we choose for it to exist. Now imagine if you chose to bring every single thing that's within you, meaning your name, your address, your education, knowledge about your parents, your siblings, friends, and millions of other things. If you choose to accept these things within your mind, and now, through a steady meditation, you become a witness of all these things that were brought in through your senses and of course by your approval of your awareness. You can also transcend them, go beyond them. If you accept everything from outside, what else do you have besides all this information, besides your name, besides your body, which is also a concept that also is continuously, the images of your body are being transmitted through your senses into your mind, but again with the approval of your awareness. So you are aware of your body all the time. So the world that is created by these five senses and stored in our mind has become everything for us. But meditation says there is something beyond. Because as you go deeper and start becoming a true witness of everything that has come from outside, still something is left. If we can go beyond all this information that has been collected from outside. So we have to understand the world exists only because of our awareness. So we create the world within us. But our capacity to create the world is because of our awareness. So if you keep going within us and let go all the knowledge, all the information that has come within us, and we have accepted it and stored it in the form of memory, we will realize there is a vast medium of awareness within us, which is shapeless, sizeless, colorless, limitless. It's infinite awareness. And the same infinite awareness within us has to be everywhere else, because it's infinite. So going within, where the mind's activity starts slowing down, because you have chosen to go within and find out who you really are, what your inner structure is made out of. It is made out of awareness, and the things, objects, people, situation you become aware of. But the objects, people, situations is not you. You are the formless existence, formless awareness that does not disappear. Even when you transcend every single thought, every single belief that you have, you still exist. And one of the toughest belief to transcend from is the belief of time. We open the eyes, see the moving objects, we deduce, we presume, and believe in the existence of time. But even this is related to the objects outside. Time is nothing but rotation of the earth around the sun. And because all our minds are synchronizing well, we talk to each other about the time. Try to talk the same time language to a dog. He won't understand. So time is also a concept that is deeply seated in our mind, and we can become a witness of it by our powerful observation, awareness. So if we remove all the borrowed knowledge that came from outside, we realize we are the creator of the universe. Just the way we create the quantas when we observe the cloud of the quantum energy. The quantas appear when we observe. When we don't observe, it becomes cloud again. So our observation is responsible for creating the quantas. And the same thing applies in meditation. Our belief is what gives rise to the outside world. Through meditation, you can come out of these beliefs. Until then, you will be caught up in this illusory world and its sufferings, which is not necessary, because everything that arises from this illusory universe is also illusory. All your sufferings, your gains, your losses, your anxiety, your stress, your depression, your joy, your recognition, run for money, fame, drugs, sex, objects of pleasure, everything is illusory. And yet you still exist without all these things. That existence is you, real you, minus all the borrowed knowledge, all the borrowed impressions, all the borrowed concepts, thoughts, beliefs. Let go the junk and become pure. What is left is divine consciousness. It's a long journey, but it ends in a beautiful state of existence, devoid of thoughts, beliefs, and strangely, the universe stops existing because your belief in the universe has stopped existing, and yet you still exist. Have a good day.